The 2026 USS Zumwalt DDG-1000 Destroyer is one of the most futuristic and controversial warships ever built for the United States Navy. Even years after its launch, it still looks like something from a science fiction movie rather than a traditional naval vessel. With its sharp angular body, stealth-inspired shape, and advanced weapons systems, the Zumwalt continues to capture attention around the world. In 2026, this destroyer remains a symbol of next-generation naval warfare, blending cutting-edge technology, firepower, and versatility into a single platform. Whether you're a military enthusiast or someone who simply loves advanced engineering, the Zumwalt is a ship worth talking about. At first glance, the most striking thing about the USS Zumwalt is its appearance. Unlike classic destroyers that have visible radar towers, open decks, and traditional hull lines, the Zumwalt uses a tumble-home hull design. This means the sides slope inward as they rise, helping reduce radar reflections. In simple words, enemy radar systems can have a harder time detecting it. The overall design makes the ship appear smaller on radar than it really is, despite being over 600 feet long. That is a massive achievement when you consider this warship is roughly the size of a World War II cruiser. The stealth concept within the structure rather than mounted outside. This creates a cleaner surface and reduces the number of angles that can bounce radar signals back to an enemy source. Even the exhaust systems were designed to lower heat signatures, making the ship harder to track with infrared sensors. In an age where detection often decides victory, the Zumwalt's low visibility profile gives it a major tactical advantage. Powering this destroyer is one of the most advanced propulsion systems ever installed on a naval vessel. Instead of relying on older mechanical drive setups, the Zumwalt uses an integrated power system. This means the ship's gas turbines generate electricity, and that electricity powers both propulsion and onboard systems. Think of it like a giant floating power station. This setup allows better energy management, quieter operation, and room for future upgrades. If new weapons like high-energy lasers or electromagnetic railguns become practical, the Zumwalt's power system was built with that possibility in mind. Performance-wise, the destroyer is impressive for a vessel of its size. It can reach speeds of around 30 knots, which is roughly 35 miles per hour. That may not sound fast compared to aircraft or sports cars, but for a ship weighing thousands of tons, it is extremely capable. More importantly, it combines speed with long-range endurance, allowing it to operate across vast ocean regions without constant support. This makes it useful for both coastal missions and blue water deployments far from home bases. One of the most talked about features of the USS Zumwalt is its automation. Traditional warships often require large crews to operate engines, weapons, sensors, and maintenance systems. The Zumwalt was designed with heavy automation, allowing it to function with a significantly smaller crew compared to older destroyers of similar size. Fewer sailors mean reduced operating costs, more living space, and potentially better onboard comfort. Advanced monitoring systems help manage machinery, detect issues early, and reduce the manpower needed for daily operations. Inside the ship, the technology focus continues. The combat systems rely on powerful computers and networked sensors to gather battlefield information in real time. This data can be processed quickly, helping commanders make faster decisions. The bridge itself looks more like a modern command center than the traditional wheel and window layout many people imagine. Digital screens, integrated controls, and smart interfaces allow the crew to manage navigation and combat systems efficiently. When it comes to weapons, the Zumwalt was originally built with land attack in mind. It features vertical launch cells distributed around the outer edges of the hull rather than grouped in one central area. This layout improves survivability because damage to one section may not disable the entire missile system. These launch cells can carry a range of missiles, including air defense weapons, strike missiles, and anti-submarine options depending on mission needs. The ship also became famous for its advanced gun system, a pair of large 155mm guns mounted toward the front. These guns were designed to fire precision-guided rounds at targets far inland, supporting troops from the sea. It was an ambitious concept, offering artillery support with high accuracy over long distances. However, specialized ammunition costs became extremely high, leading to major criticism and limiting the original role of the guns. This became one of the biggest challenges in the Zumwalt program and often comes up whenever people discuss the ship. But the story of the Zumwalt did not end there. Rather than allowing such a technologically advanced platform to lose relevance, the Navy began adapting it for new missions. By 2026, the destroyer is increasingly viewed as a strike platform capable of carrying advanced long-range hypersonic weapons. This is where the ship gains fresh strategic importance. Hypersonic missiles travel at extremely high speeds and can maneuver during flight, making them difficult to intercept. A stealthy ship carrying such weapons becomes a serious force multiplier. This shift in mission may actually suit the Zumwalt better than its original concept. Instead of acting mainly as naval artillery support, it can now operate as a high-value strike asset capable of hitting critical targets from great distance. Combined with its stealth profile, this creates uncertainty for opponents because locating and countering the ship becomes much harder. Defensively, the Zumwalt also carries sophisticated radar and sensor technology. It was built with advanced multi-function radar concepts designed to track threats, support missile defense, and maintain situational awareness. Electronic warfare capabilities can help detect enemy emissions, jam hostile systems, or protect the ship from incoming threats. In modern warfare, electronic dominance can be just as important as guns and missiles. Another major advantage is modular flexibility. The ship was designed with growth potential, meaning new systems can be integrated over time. Many older vessels struggle with modernization because they lack space, power, or computing capacity. The Zumwalt, on the other hand, was engineered for the future. That makes it valuable even if some original systems changed or evolved. It is easier to adapt a forward-thinking platform than to rebuild outdated designs from scratch. Now let's talk about comfort and crew life, something many viewers don't usually consider. Because of its smaller crew and modern layout, living conditions are generally more efficient than on older warships. Space planning, digital maintenance systems, and modern facilities help improve quality of life during long deployments. Since missions at sea can last weeks or months, this matters more than people realize. Of course, no review of the Zumwalt would be complete without discussing controversy. The program faced rising costs, reduced production numbers, and changing mission priorities. Originally, more ships were planned, but only 3 were built. Critics argued it became too expensive and too specialized. Supporters counter that breakthrough technology often carries high early costs and that the lessons learned can influence future ship classes. Both views have merit. In many ways, the USS Zumwalt is like a concept car that actually made it to production. It introduced bold ideas, some successful, some problematic, but all important. Features such as integrated power, stealth shaping, distributed launch systems, and advanced automation represent a major step forward in naval design philosophy. Even if future ships refine these ideas differently, the Zumwalt helped push the industry forward. From a visual standpoint, it remains unmatched. Few warships look as intimidating and futuristic when cutting through the ocean. Its sharp bow, clean surfaces, and aggressive lines give it a presence unlike anything else currently sailing. For military fans, photographers, and defense analysts, it is instantly recognizable. So what makes the 2026 USS Zumwalt DDG-1000 special today? It is no longer just an experimental destroyer with mixed results. It has evolved into a strategic platform with renewed relevance in an era